night is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you and yours from all of us here at the Weather Network.
Happy holidays from all of us at the Weather Network. To help you plan your activities during the season, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Duracell, guaranteed for 10 years in storage. Storm Watch is brought to you by Troy-Bilt.
Storms or not, whether this continues to materialize, thunder and lightning or not, the Christmas spirit is still alive and well. From Burlington Spencer Smith Park, this has been a tradition for me growing up as a kid, as someone who used to grow up in Burlington. The Festival of Lights throughout Spencer Smith has been absolutely beautiful. There is a very dense fog that still holds over top of it, giving it kind of an eerie, almost old English feel. But and the temperature is a lot cooler than what I had anticipated it being. Remember, it will be much cooler tomorrow morning for Christmas present opening than it will have been already for today, and any late night driving really has to be done with some sort of caution. The storms are a potential to continue to roll throughout the night. The rain will get heavier. The wind is only going to get stronger.
Thank you so much for that, Chris, and thank you very much for tuning into the Weather Network, and Merry Christmas. We're getting there, but it is a wild Christmas through Ontario and Atlantic Canada. We have this low pressure system, and it's bringing with it a lot of chaos. We have wind warnings, rainfall warnings, snowfall warnings, a little bit of everything. Let's get into it. Let's start with perhaps the most damaging aspect of this storm. That's the wind through southern Ontario. Where we see the red, particularly through the Great Lakes, we're looking at sustained winds between 40 and 60 kilometers per hour. These are going to be the heaviest through your Thursday morning. I know a lot of us will be up. The kids wake up early to unwrap the presents. And we're also looking at warm temperatures because of that southwesterly flow. So as we go throughout the day, those winds will begin to lessen, but nonetheless, through the overnight hours, a good idea to perhaps take in the Christmas decorations because they could be flying down the street. And another big issue is the gusts. Gusts are those blasts of wind. Sustained winds are constant. So these are the peak wind gusts that we've already recorded as of 10 p.m. tonight. London, we saw a gust of 74 kilometers per hour. St. Catharines, 86. And that is a trend that is likely to continue through the overnight hours. That's where we're going to see the strongest wind. Now, here's a widespread look at our precipitation through central Canada and the east. We have rain in the green for your Christmas morning. Toronto, we're in this mixing line. So if you look up in the sky, you may think, oh my goodness, I could be getting a white Christmas. But because those temperatures are still so warm, by the time that snow hits the ground, it will be melting. But for the areas in blue, that's where we're looking at snowfall, particularly through portions of northern Ontario. Areas northeast of Lake Superior, particularly Timmins, 10 to 25 centimeters through your Thursday. The qualification of a white Christmas is 2 centimeters of snow on the ground at 7 a.m. Christmas morning. So for you, very likely. But it's a different story as we track into southern Ontario. Yes, we have all of that rain. So generally less than 10 millimeters. As we track further to the North Cottage Country, that's where we're seeing between 10 and 25 millimeters of rain. Let's take you now to the East Coast. This was the scene on Wednesday in St. John's. So a light dusting of snow on the ground, but we're not expecting any more snow for St. John's. In fact, St. John's, you're kind of missing this system as we move into your Wednesday, but you will certainly feel the winds. So where we're looking at the pink, that's sustained winds 60 kilometers or above coming from the southeast. So we will see that rise in the temperatures, but particularly along the shores of Nova Scotia, very gusty conditions. Also rain, precipitation, that's something we have to talk about. Generally 20 to 40 millimeters of rain. Environment Canada has issued some rainfall warnings. More Storm Watch after this.
This weather segment has been brought to you by Troy-Bilt Vortex 3-Stage Snow Thrower.
When the plow gives you the gift of wet, heavy, icy snow at the end of your driveway, give it back. Introducing the Troy-Bilt Vortex 3-Stage Snow Thrower. Its 3rd-stage accelerator throws more heavy, wet snow in less time than our 2-stage units. For a limited time, enjoy no-fee, no-interest financing with 18 equal monthly payments on the Canadian Tire Options MasterCard. Only at Canadian Tire.
Into the wild. Man versus phone?
Do you have any power left?
Well, this guy came prepared.
What else did you pack? A sandwich?
Another good idea. Stay charged with a replaceable battery on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4.
How are you doing?
It hurts. It is estimated that nearly 1 in 3 people will get shingles in their lifetime.
I hate seeing him like this. I just wish there was something I could do.
The shingles rash can last for several weeks. In some people, excruciating nerve pain can last for months or even years. Don't wait until you or someone you love develops shingles. If you're over 50, ask your doctor or pharmacist for the shingles vaccine.
On Labor Day, September 7th, 1991, a severe hailstorm pounded the city of Calgary for 30 minutes with hailstones as big as tennis balls, damaging homes, cars, trees, and crops. 116,000 insurance claims totaled $342 million. Until 2010, it was the most expensive hailstorm in Canadian history. And until the 1998 ice storm, it was the most expensive natural disaster in Canada.
Weather Network's team of meteorologists and weather presenters use raw observational data from Environment Canada to create forecasts and give you the complete picture.
Happy holidays from all of us at the Weather Network. To help you plan your activities during the season, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Tim Hortons. Treat yourself to dark hot chocolate or the dark hot chocolate donut. Both are part of the new dark chocolate collection. Stormwatch is brought to you by Troy-Bilt.
We take you to the scene in Mississauga on Wednesday afternoon. Look at all of that fog. That's because we had a cold ground, warmer air aloft, relatively light winds, the perfect recipe for fog and bad driving conditions as well. Thanks so much for tuning into the Weather Network. I'm Michelle Mackey joining you. Merry Christmas. And our live Stormwatch coverage continues because we have quite a system that is causing chaos through Ontario and Atlantic Canada. The biggest threat for southern Ontario, winds. So Environment Canada has issued a wind warning for the areas highlighted in yellow. We could see wind gusts, particularly around the Niagara region, between 100 and 110 kilometers per hour. Another big issue with this storm is all of this precipitation. Lots of rain, very heavy. We've even had some embedded thunderstorms in that. We've seen lightning strikes to the south. Further to the north, pink, that's an indication of freezing rain, treacherous driving conditions, and further to the north, snow. But in the south, it's looking like it's going to be a green Christmas. And I'm going to throw it now to Chris May. He is out joining us in Burlington. What's the latest?
The temperature certainly is quite cool out here. The fog continues really dense around me. You can see all the lights. This is a festival of lights at Spencer Smith Park in Burlington on this Christmas Eve, changing over through the middle of the night to Christmas morning. The wind, of course, continues to pick up. The rain is only going to get that much more intense. It will be, especially around the lower Great Lakes, as we probably guessed, a green Christmas morning.
Yes, I think we will be needing the umbrellas, not the snow shovels this year, Chris. All right, as I was saying, this is our thunderstorm risk. I don't know about you, but I certainly took a double take at this because this is something we see in July and August, not late December. So widespread thunderstorm risk, not severe in nature. The highlighted areas could all see some thunderstorms triggered by the passage of a sharp cold front through the evening hours. Further to the north, it's a different story. That's where we get into our snowfall warning. Environment Canada has issued this. We could see between 10 and 15 centimeters of snow through Thursday night, and we also have a rainfall warning in effect. Very heavy rain, and the ground is frozen, so that means the ground doesn't have a chance to absorb the rain, so we could see some flooding. Now let's get back into those winds. Where we see the reds, that's sustained winds between 40 and 60 kilometers per hour. They're coming from the southwest, and they will be the strongest through the pre-dawn hours of Christmas morning. So it may be a good idea to bring in some of those Christmas decorations, or at least secure them if you haven't already. As we track further to the east into Quebec, this is where we see more freezing rain. So further to the north, the pink again, freezing rain. The blue for the extreme north of Quebec. Yes, another white Christmas for you this year, but all that freezing rain means that we do have a freezing rain warning that's been issued by Environment Canada. It's quite widespread, and we also have a wind warning for areas along the southern shores of the St. Lawrence River. We really get that funneling effect because the wind is coming from the southwest. Now, New Brunswick, that's where we find Nathan Coleman. Here he is with the latest.
Well, I'm out here in St. John, New Brunswick. The winds haven't really picked up too much as of yet, but it's already quite yet. So you want to be cautious as you're heading out to your Christmas parties. Now, during the day, that's when we'll see some extreme wind gusts over 90 kilometers an hour along the coast. So you want to keep your eye, especially here in the Bay of Fundy. Tides are higher than normal. Also, officials in Fredericton warning people to keep their eyes on the river. This rain will not be stopping until the late hours on Christmas Day. So lots of rain in a short period of time. We've got you covered throughout the holidays right here on the Weather Network.
Absolutely, Nathan. Let's get back into it. Rain in the green. It's quite widespread. This system tracking its way into the Maritimes. So it's certainly not going to be a white Christmas. To give you an example of how different this year is from 2013, last year, Charlottetown, 77 centimeters of snow on the ground Christmas morning. It's certainly not going to be that. This year, rainfall warnings in effect. Those will last through the overnight. More right after this.
This weather segment has been brought to you by Troy-Bilt Vortex 3-Stage Snow Thrower.
Cindy Crawford. After more than 2 decades in the spotlight, Cindy remains one of the most visible faces and sought-after supermodels in the world. So how is it that at age 45, she looks virtually the same as she did in her 20s?
The first time I saw Cindy in person, she turned around and went, whoa, that woman's gorgeous, and she doesn't have a drop of makeup on.
So what is Cindy's secret? It's renowned French anti-aging specialist, Dr. Jean-Louis Sabag. He infuses his exclusive serums with a powerful antioxidant extracted from a rare melon found only in the south of France with astonishing youth-preserving properties.
That melon extract clearly works. It is amazing how great my skin looks.
Today, Cindy is introducing Dr. Sabag's newest innovation, Creme de Serum. This groundbreaking nighttime treatment swirls together 3 powerful anti-aging formulas for one luxurious turn-back-the-clock experience.
The creme de serum is magic in a bottle. Every morning I wake up and my skin looks refreshed and happy. It's fantastic.
Creme de Serum is just one of the age-defying formulas included in the all-new Meaningful Beauty Advanced System.
With Meaningful Beauty, I have exactly what my skin needs to keep it looking young and fresh and natural.
Meaningful Beauty can be your secret to gorgeous skin. Regularly priced at $119, smart shoppers who act quickly can use the coupon code on your screen to pay just $39.95 Canadian. And today, your shipping is free.
I really can't tell you enough how great Meaningful Beauty is. You've got to try this stuff.
Call now and Cindy will also send you $45 worth of special gifts absolutely free.
Pick up the phone, try it. You're going to be thrilled. I promise you.
And when you order today, your shipping is free. This incredible offer can't last. So call the number on your screen or go to trymb.ca.
You're watching the Weather Network, Canada's #1 source for accurate weather forecasts.
May your days be merry and bright. And of course, from all of us weather nerds here at the Weather Network, may your Christmas be extra white.
Happy holidays from all of us at the Weather Network. To help you plan your activities during the season, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. Upload your photos and videos. Visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Scotiabank. Earn travel rewards up to 4 times faster with the Scotiabank Gold American Express card. Conditions apply. Stormwatch is brought to you by Troy-Bilt.
Well, it was a foggy night in Burlington. Of course, the annual Festival of Lights tradition that they hold each year on Christmas Eve, but it's now cleared. The winds have picked up, blown some of that fog away. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Weather Network as our live Stormwatch coverage continues. I'm Michelle Mackey joining you, and Merry Christmas. Our big story, of course, is this stormy weather through central Canada and the East Coast. So we've got rain, we've got wind, we've got snow. This storm is packing a punch. Let's get into it. So rain, that's where we're looking at the green areas on our radar, and lots of it. So through New York, that has just passed. We will see some clearing through the overnight, but in Toronto, we are getting the bulk of the rain right now through the overnight hours, and lots of wind as well. Wind through southern Ontario is going to be a huge story. But there's a lot going on. Look at all of these watches and warnings that have been issued by Environment Canada. It's a rainbow, you could say, of warnings. We will get into those details momentarily. But first, very important news, because if you've got the kids up or if they're asleep, they're probably anxiously awaiting Santa's arrival. So make sure to bring them in around the TV right now, because right now we are going to track Santa Claus.
All right, we're here at CFB North Bay, the David L. Pitcher complex. A lot of activity going on here, an unknown track coming in off the East Coast. Let's take a listen in, and we're with Major Serge Palin. Serge, can you tell me a little bit about what's happening right now, sir?
At this point in time, we have an unknown that's just coming into our system, and the procedure for NORAD is when we have an unknown coming into North American airspace is to scramble fighter aircraft to go visually confirm who the aircraft is.
Now, Santa Claus is obviously why we're here. Sir, can you tell me, I understand he doesn't file a flight plan, which kind of makes up the procedures a little more complicated for you, sir.
Absolutely. It is a little bit more complicated because only Santa knows the route that he's going to be flying. So the only real way to confirm 100% is to visually ID with our pilots. So we're going to be sending fighter aircraft to identify and make some sort of hand signals to visually confirm that it is Santa.
All right, there you heard it first. They're waiting for that visual confirmation. Fighters have been scrambled, and we'll have an update for you very soon.
Can't wait for that. You know, Santa Claus, he makes his own rules, and he's allowed. That's what I'm saying anyways, because I want to be on the nice list. I expect plenty of presents tomorrow morning. Okay, let's get into what we're looking at for the overnight hours of Halifax. 9 degrees and rain, heavy rain at that. That will continue through tomorrow, but mild temperatures due to that southeasterly flow of wind. Mild as well through Montreal, some heavy rain through the overnight and gusty conditions. Winds sustained around 25 kilometers, but higher gusts. And that is certainly a similar story as we head into Toronto through the overnight. Sustained winds higher between 40 and 60 kilometers per hour. So certainly going to be a bumpy ride for Santa Claus, I would say, but he's magic. He can do whatever he wants. Calgary -9 and relatively calm in comparison to what we're seeing on the East Coast and through Quebec and Ontario as well. -9, colder with those wind chill values, but nonetheless a pleasant ride for Santa Claus. And a similar story for Vancouver, mild at 3 degrees. It's also going to be mild as we head into our Christmas Day. We're looking at sunny skies, so it won't be a white Christmas out west, but nonetheless mild and sunny conditions. -4 through the city of Calgary. We'll see some flurries in northern Alberta, but other than that, not much snowfall in the forecast. Our Storm Watch coverage continues.
This weather segment has been brought to you by Troy-Bilt Vortex 3-Stage Snow Thrower.
Before you make that long-distance phone call, do you know about 1010-710 from Castel? You can save money by simply dialing 1010-710, followed by 1, the area code, and then the number. You'll be charged only 99 cents per call, up to 110 minutes anywhere in Canada or the US. You can talk anytime, no contract, no network fees, and with excellent quality. 1010-710 from Castel, the solution for long-distance calls.
Unbroken. Survival. Resilience. Redemption. Unbroken. In theaters Christmas Day.
Mi piace. Tu non mi piaci.
Select kitchen doors are on sale now. If you take prescription medication, finding something to relieve your cough can seem like a real puzzle. Ask your pharmacist about Helixia cough syrup. It's an effective medicine that might be suitable for relieving your cough. And to relieve nasal symptoms due to colds and sinusitis, ask about Helixia Sinus. Helixia, tough on cold symptoms. Ask your pharmacist. Helixia just might be the answer.
At Ancestry, we call it a hint. Simply type in a name and follow the ancestry leaf far into your family's past. A past filled with stories that intrigue and inspire. And in doing so, reveal the one unique, improbable, and completely remarkable path that led to you. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.ca.
On Labor Day, September 7th, 1991, a severe hailstorm pounded the city of Calgary for 30 minutes with hailstones as big as tennis balls, damaging homes, cars, trees, and crops. 116,000 insurance claims totaled $342 million. Until 2010, it was the most expensive hailstorm in Canadian history. And until the 1998 ice storm, it was the most expensive natural disaster in Canada.
I hope your festive season is decorated with laughter and love.